New Always Talking Shit Show.
Yo,
What's good? What's good?
it's your boy Doc on.
It's your boy Akeem Magic.
You're back in tune with another session of the
Always Talking Shit Show. Podcast. How's everybody's weekend out there?
Shit, mine was good until I heard this nigga Jeff Bezos wants to run for president.
So can we do this, man? Can we say you have to at least serve in a political capacity for 10 years before you're eligible for running for president? And can we take off you have to be married and of a certain age? Because at this point, bro,
Y'all letting whoever with money and that's the age of and married or been married.
I say
to
at
be
25.
president?
Well, no, that's crazy.
But like, nigga,
What's the youngest you think you could be and be a successful president?
I don't think 35 is a bad age, but I think the cap should be. I think the cap should be 50.
You don't think no one younger than 35 could be the president?
I feel like in my opinion, I'm just talking from how I act. I feel like 35 is a good starting age.
I'll lower it to 30.
It needs fuck the age of starting. It needs a cap. You shouldn't be able to serve in government, Congress, anything like that past like 55, 60.
I would say 70 is the cutoff. Because there's a lot of
70 still right now is old politics.
not necessarily. There's also people that's at the age of 70 that's been fighting against the old guard since they were 19.
But that's like one person, and Bernie Sanders is the exception to the rule for what I'm saying.
No, hell no. I'll have to vehemently disagree with that. There's a lot of now they haven't been put in power because they're against the guard, so the Democrats won't move them up. See, with Obama, he had a force of something that they couldn't measure. He's the first black guy that seems qualified and had the right timing of support. They couldn't get behind that, especially as Democrats. You look like you stifling him, right? With Bernie and people like that, you see what they do. They'll get rid of some votes in the primary. They'll make sure you're not going to be the leader of this party, buddy.
But it's
you think too liberal
Bezos wants to run as a Democrat, but nigga, you're talking about not taxing the wealthy like yourself.
It's no different than when Trump ran as a Republican. He's on tape in an interview in the 90s saying that they asked, would you ever run for president? He was like, not really, but if I did, I would have to run as a Republican.
Because he still...
And he said, because they're stupid, and I could fool them. You know, you can play the race game. You could do certain things with them. Oh, watch out for those Yankees up north. You know what I'm saying? That you could do all those different cultural, spark plugs, if you would.
But it's just like, how you gonna get elected when you're fully against taxing the rich more, or even taxing them at all? Like that.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because poor people, just like we accuse a lot of Republican whites of doing this, voting against their own interests because of political ideals or social ideals or religion. Poor people kind of do the same thing. We always vote like we're aspiring for some rich person to come save us.
Yeah, I promise you,
Some
I won't
celebrity
be voting
to come
for
save
fucking
us.
Jeff Bezos.
Some rich person's kid, because they have a famous name and good looks, maybe. To come save us.
I don't like Jeff Bezos at all.
I don't know,
nigga. Just the shit that I've seen you do is just way too elitist for me. And it's like.
And what company is he behind?
Amazon, nigga.
The one that the guy from New York, the little black guy, young black guy, just beat him in the Supreme Court to get unionized, right? Mm-hmm. And he wants to be the president of a nation that is supposedly a blue collar nation,
built on unions
a nation
and
of workers. Fuck out of here. So if Americans vote for him, don't be complaining that your jobs are getting cut and outsourced. Yeah. Don't be complaining that your pay is cut, and you know what I mean. All this stupid shit. Don't be complaining that they're going to limit work leisures to amp up production. Don't complain. You know?
It's just crazy right now. We're at a point where they're fighting where they fucked up Roe v. Wade, where they're trying to abolish Medicaid and fucking Social Security. They're coming after like everything that the government should be doing for the community, for the people, for the constituents. But it's just and it's just like you said, people are so fucking stupid to see. It's just they gonna keep their foot on our necks as long as they can. And if you just keep letting them do it the way they doing it, it seems like they're gonna keep the foot on their necks till the rest of the time. Because personally, when I get some bread around this motherfucker, I promise you, I probably won't live in America no more. I won't be paying taxes to this bitch ever again.
Hey, man.
Our tax dollar don't mean shit because it don't go to benefit us, even though it's supposed, like, you pay Social Security all your life and they're talking about, nah, get rid of it. Half my mom's income.
Who's talking about it, though?
The Republicans.
Rich kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A bunch of rich ass billionaires and shit. My mom supplements her income with Social Security. His mom's on Social Security and retirement. I wish the fuck you would, bro. Like, then I'm gonna feel really personally slighted. Not, man, I'm not gonna say nothing like that. But I really feel like I want to do something to you, motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, that's the American. You know that Lupe Fiasco song, "American Terrorist."
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. He was talking about we're so focused on how terrorism is created in other places. Pay attention to the home front. People living in poverty. People living amongst crime. People being a victim of poverty. People being a victim of crime. It's a cycle that psychologically it can drive perfectly normal humans into joining certain fractions and committing certain acts.
It's just fucked up that the American dream is what the 1% presents to everybody, to the rest of the country, and that's why motherfuckers want to come over here when the 99% live like third world country people.
But in my interpretation of the American dream is a place where rich people from around the world can be free. Sometimes you can be wealthy and in certain nations you're a victim of your wealth. You're getting extorted by your government, you know.
Like Russia and shit.
Things like that. Well, you know, I don't allegedly like those places, right? Because a lot of that shit can be said about America, too.
Oh, for sure, nigga.
Especially if you're of Native American heritage. And I don't mean in the race sense of what we call Native Americans that migrated here to America. I mean in the sense that if you can trace your lineage back here, no matter what race, to the 18, or even early 1900s at this point, what is this government doing for you and the descendants of those folks? Be it white, black, brown, yellow, or green. We hear a lot about what America needs to do for immigration. We hear a lot about what America needs to do for corporations. We hear a lot about what America needs to do in foreign affairs around the world for other people, and that's respectable. We understand that, but we should never lose sight about what American politicians and leadership is doing for Americans. Just good old-fashioned Americans, you know. It's a weird place to be in because you don't want to sound xenophobic. You don't want to sound like you're anti-immigration. You don't want to sound like this is ours, get away, you know. But I think we do a better job liberating the masses if we fought for a better America, a more inclusive and fair America here, an America that rids itself of its wrongs, that rights its wrongs to all people. But also, if we fought more to create the best of America and other places, you know, it's still a great experiment, you know, that's young. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. It's pretty deep, man. We in deep times. You know what I mean? I think like how we used to read and hear about the 60s growing up. I think that's this era in a modern way.
Right.
So it's a lot of shit facing the home front. The kid gunner pushing P was denied bail today at his bond hearing.
So both of them is just stuck.
Thugger's next. He has I think his
No, they're having another bond hearing.
I think his hearing was a little later. This is the first actual bond hearing.
Oh, they were just denied bond out gate.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. They released that it was a 10-year investigation, but then through like reading through the documents, it goes back to 2004. Hey man, when you smoking big blunts, drinking big champagne, cognac, and lean, popping pills, doing all that type of shit. Though I don't know if you remember what you did in 2004.
You hell nah. I can barely nigga 2004. Graduating out of high school.
So it's like
First job's about the only
yeah, but do
shits
you
I can remember.
if you was in a car when so and so said something about a crime?
Fuck no.
Come on.
Fuck no.
If you're a criminal, shit, a non-criminal. There's people that don't break the law typically and live great law-abiding, like citizenships as a human. They're functioning members of society, I'll say. But if you think back to when they were 19, 18, they did something that broke the law.
Right.
They might not even remember that shit, fam. And now you're interrogating them about it as if it happened yesterday. Now, I'm not giving them bail if what they've been accused of is true. Hey, look, if the feds and the police are right about everything that you've been doing,
Right.
our majority, let's say 60% of the shit they write, and the other 40 is just like, man, we ain't have no answers for this, so this fits the timeline and it fits the MO, so we throwing it in there.
It can't be no free you on that shit. If
Don't
it's
cry.
you gotta do that.
Bro, my mom, my dad, my grandparents,
Motherfuckers
they
don't
have a famous
understand on
saying
it,
that
man.
everyone says, but don't like to live by. You made your bed, you gotta live in it.
Lay in that motherfucker.
You gotta lay in that shit. I don't want to sound like the hater either. I don't wish this on nobody. You know what I mean? But even if they're targeted, everybody makes a big deal about that. Oh, they're targets. So
They should have been around the shit to be able to be targeted.
you don't think Jay-Z and Puffy are being targeted, and all these Bud Baby and all these motherfuckers have been targets? You don't think Master P was a target? Master P wasn't doing anything, fam. That we know of, Master P, Jay-Z, any criminal activity that they did before, they stopped.
Right.
I don't get people. Every black person will agree we need to stop or do something about black on black crime and preying on the innocent blacks. The young kids that get caught up in this shit and now are going to spend 50 years in jail, and Young Thug might not even be paying for their lawyer.
Right.
You wasn't a shooter. You wasn't somebody I fear. You're not somebody that the gang is going to retaliate against my loved ones if I don't take care of. You're a 16, 17-year-old kid that wanted to be a rapper and would do anything, so we sent you on crash dummy missions to prove that you was down and dangled a record deal in front of your face. Now you're caught up in a gang indictment. Hey, if you want to be the boss, you're going to be a leader.
Right.
You got to decide what kind of leader you're going to be.
Are you still a leader if you just following the same shit you was in before? Just because you own and got bread?
You're still a leader. You might not be a good leader, though.
Right. You're a following leader, though.
Some people in that situation still follow somebody
Right.
because he is a positive person. You know what I mean? So it depends on who you are.
Right.
And how you heed those lessons.
Yeah, nah, the shit gonna get ugly for them for sure before it gets better.
It's already ugly.
No, it's gonna get uglier.
But they said 50 bodies.
Yeah, since what? 2004 they said?
It wouldn't even matter if it was since 94.
Oh,
50 bodies, you're a serial killer. Now, they might not be all... And that's the fucked up thing about this conspiracy RICO type shit. You don't have to be the one that pulled the trigger. You could literally be inquiring, like, yo,
fuck happened?
the hood getting soft, nigga.
Right.
You know, these niggas is our ops, and they talking all this shit, doing all this dirt on us. I remember back in the day, y'all would whooped their ass and shot these niggas by now. What y'all niggas on? He could have been in his luxury mansion, really just inquiring about hood shit. What y'all got going on, nigga? I ain't active. I'm not putting no money up.
Right.
Oh, but take this and couple it with this, and this, and now we got that. That's conspiracy. Everybody rap about it. Everybody watch movies about it.
Where everybody, a lot of these
Few
motherfuckers stay
people
fall
heed.
prey into this shit.
Yeah, man.
That's insanity too. How you watch the shit and then you fall prey to the shit. That shit don't make,
Go ahead, get that shit off.
that shit don't make no type of sense.
I heard somebody saying, "Oh, these niggas want to be Scarface."
Niggas just want to dry snitch all day and then
But
be
then they didn't
surprised
wanna
when
watch
shit
the movie.
happens.
Like, see, the problem is, a lot of these motherfuckers learn gangster on TV and through music.
Every
So
one of
if
them
I-
gangster movies don't got a good end. Either the nigga
But-
snitch or he die. Or go to prison for life.
Also, it's like the visual ain't really a part of it.
Right.
It's the reason why you didn't know El Chapo until it was the end. Unless you was in that world.
Yeah, I didn't know who the fuck El Chapo was.
Why would
nigga.
you?
You know what I'm saying? That nigga, till they caught him and he escaped, niggas didn't hear about El Chapo all the time.
That wasn't something you can get probably knocked off talking about that man.
Yeah.
You all right?
You probably get knocked off rapping about any of that shit. If you was a rapper in that life, nigga, you probably couldn't rap about pushing keys and all that
That's why
shit,
you don't
nigga.
see a lot of
You'd-
that.
Like, niggas would kill you, nigga. That's why these niggas doing reggaeton and all that. They niggas probably so dope. Niggas probably deep in this shit. But them niggas make party music and love songs and shit, nigga.
They talk that shit too in that music.
Nah, but I'm saying how we are, some of the rappers in our culture really dry snitch on themselves.
Well, in our culture, they made it lucrative to pretend that.
Right.
And in pretending that, you can get caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's wild, man. Hey, good luck to them. Both sides. If they harming the community, good luck to whoever's trying to do right by the community.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're victims in this, man, let it all sort itself out.
Yeah, shit's wild.
I'm a
We're gonna take a little small
I
break.
was gonna toss it up to you. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna take a little small break.
Quick technical flitch.
We'll be right back. We're gonna keep the stream going, so we don't gotta restart this shit.
Right,
But
just
yeah, we're gonna
give
take
us
a
1
real
second.
quick break.